No.
They only want a free beer,
No.
free lunch, and then they give you some strategies here and there. Not good at all. No, we want list ventures for ourselves.
From one side, it was more easy than expected. From another side, I have to say, no, it's complicated. Let me explain. Probably for me, can be also a little bit different since I come from another country. So I come from Italy, and I have to say that I see the differences. From one side, I found here a very strong support. I suppose we will come on this later, and has been, as you said, really exciting. It's not easy to set up an international framework with 3 different entities and needs to follow the rules of different countries, find the right agreement. So we cannot say that it's easy,
No.
but we can for sure say that it's exciting. Start from the beginning, the office is empty, you have still to take employees, you have to define the mission, the communication, the technical, the financing, the legal framework. So a lot of things must be done. First of all, let me say that the initial idea came from this venture. Then the negotiation. Obviously, okay, when there is the willingness to do something together, the road is open, but it is not an easy road. Okay, as I was telling before, you have to assess many aspects, legal ones, the shareholder agreement. The negotiation in between how the shareholder can be organized, shaped, different rules that are very important. And frankly speaking, without the support of this venture, we, at least me, was not in a position, was not able to do this.
Yeah.
It was impossible. I really to say that from my point of view, from Fedalsoft, because of the Italian partner, it has been really vital. They made this simple.
They made it happen.
They made it happen.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. Come these little things, right? How do we actually negotiate this shareholder agreement? And you may not have thought about this before. So you basically are thrown in cold water. You go, oh, what's this? I've never, I had my own company before, but I'm a sole shareholder at the moment still. So I'd never had to worry about finding agreements between 3 organizations, and as Paolo clearly said before, it's international. So Paolo coming from Italy with his company, Fade Out Software being a shareholder, then we have a kind of national research lab list, very important internationally, someone you really want to have on board, but also you can imagine a huge organization compared to the 2 entities we have, and so how do you negotiate that? How do you negotiate that at the beginning when you still really want to make sure you remain friends and business partners? And these kind of things are not easy. So List Ventures helped us to start this off. Like, how do we talk friendly, but still business talk? And I think List Ventures opened the doors at List with List Legal, and we had our legal representations, and it worked out quite nicely in the end. It was a very long road. It's a bumpy road, but we make it work. And I think, if you look back now, you think, oh, yeah, we actually involved in a spin-off with List. It's like, wow, okay.
Exactly.
So we made it work. A bit of a funny story is like people say the best deals are made over beer. Well, here it was quite similar. I remember looking back, before we had this shareholder negotiation and everything, we actually met one of List Ventures, Azier, first, but it was over beer. This is also something very important, right? You have to start the whole process in a fun way, because as I said before, the friends aspect is really as important as the business partner aspect, right? If you don't get on well together, I do not see how we could have closed that deal. And meeting List Ventures for the first time before we entered all this, having a good explanation of what we're going to do, how it looks like, and what is coming our way, and what we need to solve is quite important. And that was definitely done over a couple of years.
If you're going to build a company, okay, you need to trust each other.
Yes.
And also for this, no, the approach, how we have been approached by this event gave us, no, both the friendship, so also a funny moment, also not talk about work a lot, but also maybe talk about something else that exists in the world and so on, and also helped us to build the trust in what we are doing, no?
Absolutely.
So that you really trust each other, all the three parties in our case.
Yeah, that's the most important.
Yes, without running a company can be a mess. If you remember, Guy, no? Also during the negotiation, now that came in my mind, they helped us also to have a vision of the company. You know what I mean?
Yes,
we were talking together. We made the technical WASDI platform. We had the experience. But to put all together, no, and give a vision of how can be done, they become a SaaS, do this and that. I mean, it was also an experience, no? That we didn't have. I can talk for sure for Fade Out. I don't know but Fade Out, okay, classical IT software engineer. We are, I would say, good in our work, no? But I neither had this vision, no? And
me neither.
Probably this again, no, was a very important point.
Yeah, and not only did they help us get the vision, but they also, I felt certainly that a few times during that negotiation with the shareholder agreement, that actually list venture representation seemed really on our side, on really on the WASDI side to help us make our points, get them across, get them negotiated correctly. I mean, it almost felt like, okay, are they list? Are they WASDI? I don't know. But that's exactly, I think, what is needed in such a setup.
In my opinion, the lesson learned in that case, in that occasion, was result oriented. Okay?
Yes.
I have your same feeling, no? But when it came in my mind, I don't know you, but I rethink of that days, no? Ex post, I can say that it was result oriented, you know. It was not pro list, pro Fade Out, pro SSI, it was pro startup. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You know, we had a lot of help. I mean, from really professional. A quick example, right? So we had a great day today with List Ventures again, talking about, you know, sales strategy. May seem boring. I thought it was boring, but then at the end I was like, this is amazing. You know, let's go for lunch. And then I asked Aziz, so how is this working? You spend all morning with us? Is that your job? I think that is their job. But it never occurs to me like that when we meet. I think, you know, they spend a lot of time. But actually afterwards, I always think, shit, do all this for us, you know?
Well, running the company instead, no, it looks an heaven. I don't know where is I'm Italian, so I'm expecting something that will go wrong. I don't know why, because it looks impossible. I mean, a support like this, I mean, support that we were pushed in all the possible events here and there. We have, you can say that we have a communication department in WASDI without paying the communication department. The support, no, after the incorporation again, to start run the company is hugely unexpected.
Yeah, because some may say, oh, hold on, they are shareholder, so they should be doing that, right? But I think there's some things you should be doing because you're a shareholder, and then there's things you really do to help. And I think that's what they do. They don't just do stuff because they're part of the shareholder agreement, but no, they go, I think, that mile extra. And so, for example, we have now a brochure of WASDI. I don't know how to make a brochure. You probably don't because you are IT.
I just know what these are brochures.
So they don't have to do that. I mean, they could easily have said, guys, this is the company you should use to do that. Bye bye.
No,
and that would have been normal to me. I would have expected that, but instead, no. Their communications department at List Ventures takes this on them, you know, and say, hey guys, here's the finished PDF. You happy with it? So that's almost all we have to say is yes or
yes.
no.
I have to say, really, sometimes it's embarrassing. No, it's embarrassing because you're not my employee. Are you sure you want to do this for me? Yeah. Wow,
exactly.
thanks. But
Yes,
I mean, and it is, I think that for a startup, is a important help because we don't have to take care of the cost of communication. We don't have to take care of the cost of building and building a business model, a pricing model, a sales strategy. Okay.
Yes.
Because remember that they also helped us a lot writing deliverable for this project.
Yes.
The booth.
Yes,
also the support for the prom. I mean, all deliverables of our is a project are due for WASDI. Okay, it's not written anywhere that list should list venture.
Exactly, that's what I mean. That's the extra.
But they did it. So, frankly speaking, a very huge saving. Professional help that I mean, I don't know how much is it on the market. How much can be on the market?
I know for sure. Like marketing is not cheap at all, and also legal. Like not legal support, but more like the support how to start up a business is very expensive.
Video, picture, but for free, I suppose, no? And for us,
because I don't know if you remember well, your company was there for 20 years, right? So if you look back 20 years, maybe it's a big ask. I can look back 3 years, and I know at the start, like you said, at the start, this is very important because at the start it's almost only cost, right? So for a year or two, you just spend. There's not much revenue coming in, and the first paying customer's like yes, but then it's not much. So you just spend money on all these things, and here it's like
we can sleep better.
We can sit back, relax, and do all these cost items. They take care of all that.
But I see in two different phases: to incorporate, then now running the company. It's also helpful, at least for me, to understand list. Not because list is not understandable, but because list is a very big institution, as full of research, full of activity, full of projects, full of people. Obviously, no. I mean, we know very well what is list.
It's difficult to know.
List don't know very well maybe what is WASDI. No, obviously we are strangers. 5 people, they are 1,000. So again, facilitating, no. To connect in between list, what can be interest of list and WASDI and list, to facilitate, to go together to propose something, to understand that this is another branch of list that can work with us. We can do something for them, they can do something. This is something that were you able to do alone? No, me no. I didn't. And then neither do not know all the list, not what to do. Instead, this support was it is crucial also in this period running the company. Yes. Because they are list, so they know list. Yes. But list venture knows also WASDI. Yeah. Okay. Obviously, the Earth Observation Group also knows us very well, and we work together a lot, no? Yeah, but all the rest of list, no.
It's great. I remember this when we were discussing initial events. You know, do we want to go there? Do we want to exhibit? No, it's expensive to have a booth, right? Here they are. It's almost like they come when you don't expect them. They say, "Hey guys, we're going to IAC in Dubai. We have a stand with LSA support. WASDI, do you want to be part of the list?"
Exactly.
You know, it's like.
When I was I was there to say, good travel. They say, you come with us? Also we? Also we? Okay. Why not?
Would you recommend List Ventures? Certainly not. No. They only want a free beer, free lunch, and then they give you some strategies here and there. Not good at all. No, we want List Ventures for ourselves. So please. No, but joke aside, they are fantastic. Totally recommend them.
I cannot imagine how it was possible without. That's my answer. So I suppose that the message is quite clear.
Yeah, absolutely. Forget about those guys.